Greetings, I am Pillar Nexus, Ancient Gladiator, today with character creation. Today's game we're covering is Legend of the Five Rings. So I'm not going to be doing this with my camera for any future, the live camera for any future character creation videos, because I find this a little bit easier to manage doing this way. So going into the game, the things you probably want to understand are the setting. It's called Rokugan. It's not exactly just simply Japan with magic, but some kind of more than that. But anyway, the system for the game itself involves D10s. In general, you'll be trying to hit a target number of 15. You'll use dice based on your trait, add them together. If you have a skill that's relevant, you'll add dice and then drop um, down to your trait and dice. Rolling tens lets you add additional dice to the roll. You'll re-roll that die and add 10 to that. Yeah. It's possible to be rolling against someone specifically, which in case you'll use their trait for the target number. The Game Master can also just straight up raise the target number to increase the difficulty if the task itself is that difficult. You'll be trying to equal or beat the total to succeed. You have the option as a player character to raise the difficulty. You can do a number of times up to your void rank, and pulling off that success means increased rewards for doing so. All right. Another part of understanding the system is the rings, which are your character traits. Fire, which is agility and intelligence. Water, strength and perception. Earth, stamina and willpower. Also affects your wounds, keep that in mind. And your healing. Air, reflexes and awareness. And void is temporary trait boost. It really has to come down to a critical life or death situation to use your void points. But anyway, before we get into the process of actual character creation, some things you'll want to keep in mind are just some questions regarding your character. Is their clan? How do you describe them? Or samurai or shugenja? Shugenja are the mages, sort of. Samurai, sometimes also referred to as bushi, are actual fighting. Your family, your motivation. Whom do you really trust? What about your greatest strengths and weaknesses? What are your thoughts on Bushido or your clan? What about prejudices regarding other clans or other people? Married? Where's your loyalty the greatest? Things that you like, mannerisms, psychology. What do you do when someone is being insubordinate? One of your servants is acting up, Your parents, how do they feel? How do you feel about your parents? Your general ambitions, your feelings towards, the religion of the area, and what you as a person would give as advice to your character. Something else to keep in mind are your clan options. So there's crabs that are protectors against the Shadowlands and very brutal honesty. Crane, advisors, artisans, duelists. Dragon, warrior poets, monks, very devout towards their religion. Lions, defenders of the Emerald Throne, or Emerald Empire, yeah. Very passionate in all they do. Phoenix, very much focused on Shugenja and trying to be peacemakers. Scorpion, ninjas, so they have knowledge and treachery. And unicorn with our cavalry are kind of outsiders. Not featured here, but it's possible to be a Ronin. When you're a Ronin, you're either ex-clan or never really part of a clan in the first place. But yeah. With that in mind, you'll have your process. Yeah. So for each of your rings and traits, you'll start out with 2. You'll figure out your skills. Um, Skills are divided into high, buge, merchant, and low skills, with varying degrees of honor or dishonor associated for using those schools. Your clan, your family, and your school. Your family um, will get you bonuses. Your school is part of your skills and training. You also have character points to work with for improving uh, your traits and skills and such. Advantages, disadvantages, maximum of 10 disadvantages. Your wounds, your earth ring times 2. Your rings are always equal to the lowest of the 2 traits that make it up. Your honor, your insight, which is like a total of your rings, your school rank, and glory. Honor and glory, very important to keep in mind as part of the um, progress in the game. Because as a samurai, as a representative of your clan, you're going to have to keep both in mind. But for the actual sheet itself, let's see, you've got, let's unlock it. Alright. So we got your name, your class, clan, profession. You'll have some starter equipment going into the game. Skills, you're limited to increasing skills by 2 in the process. Wounds, you can take a certain amount of damage and then it'll have a permanent effect. Eventually, you'll wind up heavily wounded and then dead. Try not to die, but if you can go out gloriously, might as well. But yeah, then there's also, I don't have a slide for it, there's also magic. Oh, there's another thing I missed. As part of your character, figuring out your character, what type of character are you? Brash, noble, courtier, reluctant, rogue, scholar, vengeful. Just more ideas to go with and consider as part of the process. Yeah, there's magic, where you have to attune by reading the scroll. You have to focus and then release it. The actual mechanics, just rolling its target number. But yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff to figure out. Yeah, this particular book is from, what is it? Where's the little year thing? You can tell kind of how old it is based on the fact that it's still using the interlocking rings after when the whole Olympic Committee thing happened. Yeah, 96, 97. This is a particular second edition where they actually fixed a few things in the second printing. There's also, dueling and like big battles, such. Some things and like general adventure ideas include, why um, y'all might be. What is it? I should have put in some notes. General story ideas. This throws it back. Let's see here. Oh, there's an introductory scenario called Ceremony of the Samurai. There's also various monsters. Oh, there are rules for ninja. There's a supplement for it later. I'll have to look for some um, supplements for this edition. Oh, there's rules for live action L5R. It's mostly for the conversational end of things. No touching, no weapons. Let's see here. That's some ideas. Oh, there's. So themes, as suggests, are war, quest, exploration, mystery, romance, and tragedy. For some ideas of how you might be approaching adventures, in the game. This is one I really want to think over, like, in terms of how would I run this. As much as I love Cyberpunk, I also like the whole feudal Japan with lots of mystical craziness too. But yeah, if you've ever played this game before, let me know. I'm curious to hear what interesting tales people have from their time with this game, and like how if anyone's ever run the game before, how they approach running the game, how they approach um, dealing with characters, dealing with players. Yeah. Yep, that's character creation for L5R. I'm debating whether or not to do the RPG shorts, and whether or not that's going to be worth the time. But if you're here at the end, thank you for watching. Do check out the game if there's a more recent printing, or if you can go back and find an old copy. Either one is, I'm sure will be interesting. All right, thanks. This is Pillar. See you next time.